Hi, I'm Emily from the Blue Mouse, and today I'm going to teach you how to work the cat's eye net lace stitch. For this stitch, you'll need to cast on a multiple of 4 stitches, and it is a 3-row repeat. So go ahead and work a setup row where you just knit across, and you want to knit loosely. So we're going to work a repeat of a yarn over followed by a purl 4 together. So go ahead and bring your yarn to the front of your work. Now this might feel a little bit weird, but just go ahead and bring the working yarn over your right hand needle from front to back to create a yarn over. And now we're going to work the purl 4 together. So these next 4 stitches, you're going to go into the front loop of them from right to left the same way that you would to purl 1 stitch, but you're going to go into all 4 of them. And you'll probably want to keep a finger on this loop here on your right hand needle so it doesn't fall off. And I like to pull down on the stitches on my left hand needle with my thumb and finger, go into them, all 4 of them, as if to purl. So yarn over the right hand needle from front to back and kind of pull that through. Slide those 4 off your left hand needle, and you should just have 1 loop where there were 4. So I'll show that to you again. Your yarn should still be in the front of your work, and you're going to bring the yarn over the right hand needle from front to back. And now we're going to go into the next 4 stitches as if to purl them and purl them together. So remember to keep this yarn over in place. I like to pull down on these next 4 stitches here on my left hand needle, bring the needle from right to left into the front loop of the next 4 stitches. Like that. Pull it through and then yarn over from front to back again and pull a loop through. And then you can slide those 4 stitches off the left hand needle. So go ahead and do that across the whole row, and I'll meet you back here for row 2. So for row 2, we need to work a knit 1 followed by a knit 1, purl 1, knit 1 into the previous yarn over. We have to knit the first stitch. Go ahead and knit it. And now we've gotten to the yarn over from the previous row. And this is the one that you have to work a knit 1, purl 1, knit 1 into. So go in and go ahead and knit the stitch, but don't drop it from your left hand needle. So go through, and we've knit it. And now bring the yarn in between your needles to the front, holding it in the front like this. Go into the same yarn over stitch to purl it. So from right to left, pull through, but don't drop it off your left hand needle. Now bring the yarn back in between your needles to the back of your work, and you're going to knit it one final time. So go into it to knit it. And now you can slide it off of your left hand needle. So you've just created these 3 stitches from 1. So this is going to return your stitch count back to normal. So you're just going to do that for the whole entire row. And then just to show you kind of the cheat way of doing it without having to move the working yarn around a ton. So again, when you get to that yarn over, I'll show you again. You're going to knit 1, but don't slide it off your left hand needle. Instead, take your right hand needle, go behind the working yarn, through the yarn over from back to front, and then wrap the working yarn around the right hand needle from front to back, pull it through from front to back again, through that yarn over, knit 1, slide off. There you go. So you go into the yarn over and you knit 1, but you don't take it off your left hand needle. And then you bring your right hand needle behind your working yarn, underneath this yarn over, and from back to front, go into the front, okay? And then you're going to take your working yarn and go around the right hand needle from front to back, and then pull that through the yarn over again, and then knit 1, and you can finally slide it off your left hand needle. Turn your work, and for row 3, this is the really easy one. Row 3, you're just going to knit across, but do it loosely. Remember how we needed that for our purl 4 row? So go ahead and knit across for row 3, but do it loosely. It's going to feel a little bit weird with how we did the knit 1, purl 1, knit 1 into our last yarn over, but just go ahead and knit across loosely. And there you have it. That's how you work the cat's eye net lace stitch. So this is a 3-row repeat lace stitch, which is a little bit odd because it's an odd number. So if you're trying to work this into a pattern, I would suggest doubling it. So instead of a 3-row repeat, make it a 6-row repeat. So that way you get an even amount of stitches.